What's up, guys? Hockey Dude 1940 here. We are back with another episode of our Let's Talk NHL series, and in this video I want to talk about the trade that just went through. And the deal is, the Nashville Predators acquired Cody Franson and Mike Santorelli from the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for Olli Jokinen, prospect forward Brandon Leipsic, and a 2015 first-round draft pick. Now, let me just set the shootout a little bit, real quick. Goalie control, we'll put that on. It is an offline shootout because I wanted to put it where the new players are on their new teams. But yeah, so let's get into what this does for both teams. Now, the Nashville Predators, they are going for it this year. You know, they're already up there, top team in the league as far as points right now, and they just added two big pieces. Now, Cody Franson is a big defenseman, 6'5", and he can get some points as well. He has over 30 points this season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And, you know, like I said, big defenseman, he's got a great shot. You know, his shot is extremely hard and pretty accurate. Just trying to score. Oh, big save by Jonathan Bernier. But so very good defenseman they're adding in Cody Franson, and they're also adding a good depth centerman in Mike Santorelli. Or I shouldn't say depth, I should say bottom six centerman. And here's Olli Jokinen, who the Toronto Maple Leafs got. But Mike Santorelli, he's a forward that a lot of teams were going after, including the New York Rangers. I was pretty disappointed that the Rangers weren't able to pick up Mike Santorelli. But what Mike Santorelli brings, he's a very good centerman. He can play all three forward positions. He wins faceoffs. From what I hear, he's pretty good in the shootout as well. He's a fast skater, and he's good defensively. He can play on your penalty kill, so you're getting pretty much everything with Mike Santorelli, and he almost has 30 points this season, and he's a +7 in Toronto, so that's saying something. You know, he's been playing very well in that third line. Let's just exit out and let's go back in, and this time we'll play with the Maple Leafs. But yeah, so the Predators, they add a forward that can pretty much straight up replace Olli Jokinen on that third line. I'm not exactly sure where Jokinen was playing for the Predators. I don't know if he was on the third or fourth line, but you know, Santorelli fits well into that third line center position, and Cody Franson fits well into the defensive spot because Ryan Ellis is injured right now. Let's just switch the home team around. So yeah, it adds a lot to their defense as well, and like I said, Mike Santorelli, great forward to add. And now with the Toronto Maple Leafs get, because I don't know, some people are saying that they're happy with what the Maple Leafs got, and some people are saying that they could have gotten more. And I'm happy for the Maple Leafs, man, because for the last 10 or so years, they've just been horrible, and they've done nothing to better their future, you know, as far as making moves or anything. You know, they go and trade for Phil Kessel and Phaneuf, and think they're going to be a playoff team. They get guys like MacArthur and all these players, and they never seem to make any trades. You know, they never trade away anybody. You know, they're always the team to sign those guys in free agency, like Mason Raymond, David Clarkson, even a couple years back, Clark MacArthur. They always sign these guys, and they never trade any of them. They always lose them to free agency, or a guy like Grabowski who they bought out. They never trade any of them for assets or draft picks or anything. They just lose them, and that's why they haven't gotten any better. And, you know, I'm happy to see that now they've finally pulled the trigger. You know, they're finally going with this whole rebuild mode, which they should have done 5 years ago. But they're going through with the full rebuild. They've dealt away one of the defensemen, Cody Franson, and a forward, and Mike Santorelli, two UFAs at the end of the year that they weren't going to be able to sign. You know, Cody Franson, he's going to get, you know, possible, 5, maybe 7-year deal at like $6 million a year or something like that, for 5.5. Somewhere around like what Matt Niskanen got last year from the Capitals. Mike Santorelli, you know, maybe a 2-3 year deal at like 2.5 to 3 years, or $3 million a year. But now with the Maple Leafs get back, Olli Jokinen, I don't know if Jokinen was just there to take salary, or you know, the Predators needed to give someone back to balance out the cap. I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. But Olli Jokinen, oh, look at that 35-hole shot by Nazem Kadri. Let's look at this again. Oh, that was nice. But Jokinen, I don't really see him bringing anything to Toronto. He only has 6 points in 48 games this year. Again, I don't know whether he's on the third or fourth line. Whoa, that was a nice shot. Mike Ribeiro. Wow, off all 3 posts, I think. Let's see this again. Or at least off both posts. But, yes, I don't think they're getting much with Olli Jokinen. I doubt they signed him on free, or I doubt they re-signed him because he is a UFA at the end of the year. It wouldn't make any sense to sign him if they're going with this rebuild thing. But they also get back a prospect in Brendan Leipsic, who, from what I hear, is kind of a gritty type player, like a Darcy Tucker, Sean Avery type player, a guy who gets under the other team's skin. I actually saw a clip of him drinking some water out of the opposing goaltender's water bottle, which is kind of funny, because that's something that you can do to always get the other team mad. But I also saw that he got some points as well in the CHL. He got like over 100 points a couple seasons ago, and over 90 points I think last year. So he gets some points. He is small. He's like a 5'9" type player. That's why I say he's kind of like a small, gritty type player. And players like that, they've been working their way into the NHL. The last few years. Smaller players. Back then, 10, 20 years ago, it was really hard for smaller players to make it into the NHL, and now it's becoming more common. And so this guy, if he's, it seems like he's got a lot of heart, and if he tries real hard, then maybe he can crack the Maple Leafs roster, third, fourth liner in the future. Who knows? Or maybe he's a point producer. I don't know, too much in depth about him. But I'm also going to one more shootout here. But the Maple Leafs also get a 2015 first-round pick, which I think is really good for them because this is a very deep draft this year. So, any pick in the first 3 rounds is a good pick. And, getting that first-round pick, the Maple Leafs now have 2 first-round picks. And I know that doesn't seem like amazing, but when you think about it, this is supposed to be the deepest draft in a while. And, if you have 2 of the top 30 picks, that's pretty good. So the Maple Leafs, they're finally going through with this rebuild thing. Who's next? Is it Joffrey Lupul, Bozak, Kadri? I think Phaneuf and Kessel are more of off-season trades. But I'm rooting for the Maple Leafs, man. I'm not a Maple Leaf fan, obviously, but I am rooting for them to trade away the talent that they have and try to bring in some young players and talent/draft picks to try to better their future. Because I am tired of seeing the Maple Leafs be, such a bad team. I feel so bad for the fans because they have some of the best fans in the world, hockey fans in the world. Toronto, they're the arguably the biggest hockey city there is. I went to Toronto a couple years ago and it was just amazing. And I went there right around playoff time. I think it was games 1 and 2 of the series against Boston that I was there for, and it was just unbelievable. The whole city was wearing Maple Leaf jerseys. It was crazy. But they deserve a good team. So Toronto Maple Leaf fans, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for the guys that you have the talent to finally be traded. A guy like that, Phil Kessel, and maybe in the future, maybe 5 to 10 years from now, who knows? Maybe the guys will be playoff / cup contenders. Morgan Riley as well. He's the one real bright spot for you in Toronto, future captain. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of the trade. And I'm not going to pick a winner because I think it does benefit both teams. I'm not going to say who I think won or lost, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.